Is the Quest 2 finally getting some competition? For more on that story, Google apparently creating an AI that passes the Turing test, and Meta giving us a look at their prototype headsets, you're in the right place. Welcome, virtual dreamers. My name is Gregory, and this is your virtual news. To go over the releases for this past week, the main one that we saw was Mother Gunship Forge, a VR FPS roguelite where you aim to take down the titular Mother Gunship. Updates-wise, Demio received a campaign adding the titular campaign, Owana the Warlock as a character, and reworking Zedokar with new spells. Beat Saber received 2 remixes of tracks for its 4-year anniversary: Escape, the Tokyo Machine remix, and $100 Bills, Camelia's $215 Step remix. Lastly, Zenith, The Last City, received a major update, known as the Celestial Throne, which added 3 new instance dungeons for up to 4 people at a time, 3 raids that can take up to 8 people, 20 new quests throughout the world, and tons of armor and godstones to collect. Best part of all these updates that I mentioned for all these games is that they all come in for free. Hop onto it, gamers. For our main story, there are signs that ByteDance, the Chinese parent company of TikTok, is looking to expand to the US market with job listings for employees based out of the Western United States. And a source of the website, Protocol, apparently indicated that ByteDance was willing to make a major payout to developers to have them create VR applications and games for their headset. They've already entered the European market with the release of their Pico Neo 3 headset, which bears similar specs to a higher memory option Quest 2, even sporting a more comfortable head strap right out of the box. Should the headset make it to the US market, this would be the closest thing to real competition the Quest 2 has seen up to this point. Personally, I'm keeping my eye out on this one as another possible recommendation for people who want to have a VR headset without having to go through Facebook. Though one should be warned, Chinese companies aren't the most well-renowned for their privacy considerations here either, so using a Pico Neo Link for its link aspect that uses the DisplayPort cable and bypasses the need to sign up might be the best way to use it if privacy is your concern. For this week's Virtual Dreamer Spotlight, I want to highlight Brad Lynch of the channel Sadly It's Bradley. They've made a name for themselves in the VR industry for all their content on VR news, and in particular, for leaking information on upcoming VR headsets. I've covered a lot of stories based on information they provided in these very videos, so be sure to check them out if you haven't already. Also, remember to leave your suggestions for other channels I should suggest down below in the comments sections so I can bring them into the next Virtual Dreamer Spotlight. On to my last 2 bits. Google placed one of their engineers, Blake Lemoine, on a paid leave after he broke their confidentiality policy to publish a discussion he had with Google's AI language model, LaMDA, that seems to have convinced him that the AI was sentient. In their leave, they've taken to Twitter to discuss their overall disapproval with how Google is handling AI, describing it as a pervasive, unethical approach. If you ask me, I think the fact that this guy was willing to put their whole career on the line because of how good this AI was, it might just be a matter that warrants a little bit more investigation. Who knows? For our last story, Mark Zuckerberg and Meta have released videos discussing the development of display technology for VR and XR. Much of it wasn't too different from what they've discussed in their prior Connect conferences, though learning about their Starburst HDR-based headset, Butterscotch Retina resolution headset, Holocake hologram-based thin headset, and the Mirror Lake headset that tried to bring it all together was pretty good. There was an emphasis that the goal in the long term is to bring about a solution that solves all the problems that they demonstrated at a cost consumers could afford. Though I imagine there's quite a few of us out here that would probably kill to experience that Mirror Lake headset for ourselves. Thank you very much for watching this video, my fellow adventurers and dreamers. This has been Gregory, logging out.